Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Once again, it is on. It is the second day of December. Welcome to another episode of hashtag Truth Be Told. We are back after the holiday, after a little time off of some of us refreshing, I hope. As for me, I'm still tired. But good morning, good morning. Yours truly, Joe Dupree in the building from 100 BLK, the Black Station, along with my sister, as the life strategist, the art therapist, the speaker, the author. She on the road show today because she making her way to get somebody back to school. It's Sister Jax in the building. She froze up for a minute, but we still gonna give her some love. It's Sister Jax in the building. Yes, sir. It is Sister Jax. She may have froze up and can't come back. Jax, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Eventually, there she is.
What
Hey,
up,
Sister Jax. What's
Yeah,
happening?
it faded out for a second. It said some internet trouble or something while I'm driving.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. About to get back on the road and head about 4 hours away. So I'm
Okay.
good. Everything is all good. How y'all doing? How you doing? Tired?
Child, as country folks would say, as my mother used to say, child, I'm tired. I am tired. It is the second day of December. It is 7 minutes past the hour. And welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told. We are back, family. We are BACK. I'm back from New Orleans. I'm back from the Bayou Classic. I'm back from Thanksgiving weekend. I'm back. I'm Bizak. And so is Sister Jax. Brother Fatim, I presume, is on the way. Maybe he got a presidential pardon too.
Oh, shoot. I'm telling you.
Maybe he got a presidential pardon too. That the president pardon said that I ain't got to show up when look at here. Maybe see. Look, he on the phone with folk. He on the phone with folk.
If he got a pardon, Joe, what would his
he on the phone.
be?
He on the phone. See, I'm listen. My New Year's resolution is I'm trying to cut all vulgar vocabulary out my aura. So he on the clucking phone.
Oh.
With some son of a biscuit eater that
wait, what do you call them? Chicken heads?
he in the green room laughing his arse off. Not his he's laughing his arse off. His ice. He's laughing his ice off. ICE. All right, let's bring him in. You know him. He's really the guy that makes this show do what it do. It is our brother from another mother, from the open line, online, and keeping it real with Reverend Al Sharpton, 1075 WBLS in New York City. Y'all put your hands together for the one, the only, the brother. Fatim is in the building. Yes, sir.
Got me a good one.
Chickens early.
You gonna be careful. Yeah, I got
okay. Well, watch out now. Watch out now, there, whippersnapper.
Joe, if a king got pardoned, what would his crime be, Joe?
Oh Lord. Hold on. Jesus. That would be the question. Fatim, we knew you were running late. We knew that presidential pardon came in. The honey packs and the presidential pardon came in at the same time. So we knew you were gonna be a little something.
I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at something else, buddy.
I understand.
That's all I'm gonna say. I just got a smile on my face right now. I just hope I don't say the wrong word, because I got two things in my head right now that's in my head that I feel like I can go.
Well, good morning. Just say good morning. Just say good morning. Good morning don't get good morning can't get you.
When you giving them high or low, Fatim, which way, high or low?
They heavy.
Hey, Jax. Good morning can't get them indicted. You can't get indicted for saying good morning. So just say good morning.
You better be careful. Right. Good morning can't get me indicted.
Oh my goodness. This damn Fatim. It's too early for all this, Fatim.
No, it ain't. This is how you start your week off on the second week of your vacation. This is how you started off. Right. That's right. You started off with a bang, and I got two bangs this morning.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Woo. Bang, bang. Good morning, y'all. Grand Rising, great Monday, day. All that good stuff to you all out there. Good to be with you. I don't have the camera face this way.
Don't do it.
Oh, somebody
My
on the
Christmas
couch.
tree, my tree of life. Let's change
Okay.
that. My tree of life is sitting in the kind of almost in the middle of the floor. Me and my daughter dragged it out yesterday, but they didn't have time to come back and plug it up. They only had time to come back upstairs and grab their bags because we had to get down to. We had a great weekend and get down to their mom's, Hanifa Cemetery. You know, we wanted to put some flowers down. It was a little emotional moment for my daughter, but you know, it was emotional from another perspective because we were supposed to do something with family earlier and they were running late. They got my daughter tight, which caused her to even jump out the car because I was trying not her to get upset, but she got upset and I chastised my family that was late because I told them if the shoe was on the other foot, we had to be on time because they had to pay respects to a loved one that passed, like a mother. You know, you don't do that. So, I mean, I did it. I said what I had to say without it being, you know, and they apologized, you know, but I said what I said to take that off of us. But it was a great weekend. And I know all of y'all been busy, and Joe, I know, has a litany of things to talk about on his weekend. Jax, I know you always stay busy. Still don't listen to me, but I'd have made me a Sunday and went up to church. I would have went Sunday and had me a day up at that school, me and my family, and then I would have head back this morning.
Well, I don't go to church on Sunday anyway, so. But yeah, no,
You would have definitely been up there Sunday then.
Yeah, no, you know what? We had such a phenomenal weekend.
Thank you, Joe.
And yeah, exactly. Trying to tell me how to run my household.
I'm telling you, yeah, I'm telling you.
But we good for team. We are so blessed and we are so good. And this is, look, I've been doing this for the past 4 years, right? So God is good. He allows us.
You're doing it right. Don't mean you're doing it right.
But you know what? But I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and we getting there. And by the
you ain't new to this. You true to this. Go on, Jack.
Right.
Speak on it.
That's right. That's right. And it don't mean I'm doing it wrong either. Because it's plenty of us parents that get out there and hustle hard and go where we got to get to and get back home. You know how it goes for teen. When you're doing it for your babies, you got to do what you got to do.
I agree.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what. Oh, my belt.
What you eat for teen? Some cornmeal or something? What you eat? Old people food?
Oh, Lord.
What you eat for teen?
Cloud.
About to say something on it.
What's the fucking going on?
Okay, toast. Okay. So how else was your weekend for teen? You got your babies in town?
It was great. And y'all know I talk a good game down here. I introduced my daughters to all the chicken heads.
All the chicken heads. Okay.
All the chickens except for one.
Okay.
And took them to the Waffle House. We shut the Waffle House down. We shut the Waffle House down.
I need to know why. Why did you do that, man? Why?
Because I keep trying to tell you. Don't give a damn because I'm cool. I keep trying to tell you, I have people in my life that are really interesting, but I'm cool with them. You know what I'm saying? I make a joke of it, but oh no, I mean, my friends down here, the people that I associate with, different whatever age. Oh, I'll tell you what really touched me. Went to the mall. Everywhere we went. Because one of my cousins said to me yesterday, when we went into the Waffle House, he was like, yo, I'm just telling you what he said. He said, I didn't know you were such a celebrity down here for teen. I would have dressed better. Because when I went in the Waffle House, I got them coming from all ways saying, brother for teen, brother for teen. But that's the love that the people show and I show them down here. But we went to the mall. And the first person I introduced them to was a young lady named Erica. Erica is a beautiful sister. She's married. She's married to a sister. That's her lifestyle. But Erica is just so down to earth. My daughters felt the energy soon as she came out the back of the store from her on her job eating banana pudding. And the energy. But when they walked up, and if this young lady sees this video, I have to say, when they walked up on this sister named Mrs. B lost her son. Her son was kidnapped and killed. And my daughters didn't know the story. But because when we walked up, Mrs. B said, those are your babies. I didn't even introduce them. I said, how did you know? She said, I see them on Facebook.
Oh.
They hugged. Tia stood back. My oldest child. She said she felt something. She didn't know the story. Miss B, married, grown woman. And when she told her story to my daughters, and Fatia said she felt that emotion from her. Then I took them to another jewelry store, another sister, grown woman. She welcomed and said, I always talking about them. So they got the love from the people that I associate with down here. And most of them, majority of them said, your father's always talking about you. They made me feel good, but that's what I do. And that's what I'm saying. I have a good time. I laugh and joke, but I keep it in the proper place. You understand what I'm saying? And
in your opinion.
Yeah, but I do keep it in the proper. I am a ladies' man. They know, I mean, I am the ladies' man, but I keep a lot of women around me, but everything is cool. And they met majority of the friends down here. And they were cool. They were cool. I'll ask their energy, and they was like, oh, so-and-so, she's a little young, but I can understand her energy. She's cool, this, that, and the other. And when I say young, I'm just talking about people. These are not girlfriends. These are not people I'm dealing with like that. These are just people that I communicate with on a daily basis because I see them. I go where they work or whatever. So it just was a good time. And then with my family down here. Only thing is my hips are bothering me, Jax. Both.
Oh man.
So Friday night I had to shut it down. I left and got into bed. My cousin got concerned and it was like, call Fatine. He must be in pain. Mm-hmm. And I am. Now this morning I woke up like I was before I started working out. I feel pretty decent. Mm-hmm. But it's been ongoing. So I got an appointment Thursday with the orthopedic to deal with that, to look into that. I think that's maybe a good sign because I think if there's any, again, I don't know, but I feel that just listen to you and other people that has any kind of structural damage with bone to bone or whatever, you don't get breaks like I'm getting. I get breaks. But lately, from the past 3 weeks, it's been, since I've been working out and I had to shut that down.
Fatine, I'm glad to hear that you finally doing that because you always on everybody else's backside. So I'm glad that you have taken your own medicine and decided at 42 and climbing to make sure that them hips are working correctly. I'm glad that not only can you dish it out, but every once in a while you can take it in the same manner. Get your ass to the doctor immediately.
That's right. And if it's
I need these hips. I need these hips. You know what I'm saying? I need these hips.
Lord have mercy.
That's for exercise.
Help us.
But Fatine, even before I had my surgery, I would have breaks. I would be good for sometimes 1 or 2 months and, maybe 4 months, but then it would hit me. And then it might be a run of a whole month where, oh my God, I can barely walk. And then the next month or the next week, it might be absolutely fine. So, it was ebbs and flows, ups and downs. And, and that's what delayed it for so long.
Way to burst my bubble this morning.
Yeah, but that's why I delayed the surgery for so long because I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. I'll get through it. You know what I'm saying? But my doctor kept saying, Jax, you'll know exactly when you're going to need this surgery because you'll just trust me, you'll know. And he could not have said anything better than that because I absolutely knew now was the time. And I'm so incredibly thankful that I did it, and I'm still in recovery. I'm only a few months out. I actually the past couple of weeks been skipping my physical therapy because I just had a lot going on and with the renovation and just a lot of stuff. So I'm like, this week I'm gonna get back on going to physical therapy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it was so worth it, Fatine. I would definitely have done it all over again. I mean, the pain was no joke. The first 2-3 weeks that was a monster. But it was worth it. So peace and blessings to you, my brother. And if that's what the doctor calls for, go for it. Go for it. And you'll be all right,
man. We're not getting no younger, and guess what? The body, as you get older, doesn't heal in the same manner that it does in your younger days. So every day you wait is a day wasting on youthful healing because every day you get older. So don't put it off. That's why I tell people stop putting stuff off for tomorrow that you can get done today. It is
That's
20 minutes past the hour. We are broadcasting live on Facebook Live. We are on YouTube and we are on Instagram. We are back, family. I know folks were texting me. Folks were calling me. I even had folks pulling me over at the Dome saying, "You ain't doing your podcast live from here? What's going on?" And I said, whoa, we needed a little time out. We need a little break. I said, this is enough work as it is. But we are live on Instagram at the JDMS. We are live on YouTube at 100 BLK Media. And you can go there, click like and share to everybody. Everybody that is in the chat. Good morning. I see lights jumping on everywhere. Y'all really missed us. I feel missed now. I see lights jumping on places I ain't never. Right now, outside of Idaho and North Dakota, we literally got somebody listening everywhere.
Amen.
I only don't see no lights on. What's going on in Idaho and North Dakota?
Potatoes.
Okay. So I'm trying to find. We got lights on everywhere but those two places. So they right. They must be getting on the Ungraden today.
Maybe I need to go see what's going on. What's going on in the potato land? I mean, what's going on? They got some bunnies out there. They got some honey bunnies out there.
Some snow bunnies. You look for some snow bunnies.
That's what I'm talking about. I got to get out of the chicken. I got to get out the chicken coop and get into get into the snow bunnies.
Why you say we got to get the fox out the hen house and get them on the open and get them out there in the open plains? Let's go.
Where's Dr. Umar when you need him?
Spread my wings.
Right. Where Dr. Umar? Where is Dr. Umar when we need him? Where is he at? Where
I might have to give him a call.
Well, yes, we're gonna have to get him on here to settle the ladies' man down.
Yep. Oh my goodness. And you know what? Right. Big ups. It's a somber day in the city of Newark. Yesterday we lost a great woman. Former council president Mildred Crump.
Oh no.
Yes, Mildred Crump transition. So prayers to her son, Larry Crump, her daughter. Larry is actually a councilman as well in Newark now. He, took his mom's position and a couple years ago, and he's doing a phenomenal job in his place. And she was a beautiful woman. We spent some time talking about Xavier and my children and him being away at boarding school, and she's just a phenomenal star in this city, in this community, and in this world. So salutes to Councilwoman Mildred Crump.
I wish I'd have known that this morning. You almost made me call my boy Larry Ham, and I still may text him. But you know what? Since it just happened, I'll wait. Sometimes you don't need to rush it. I just think it'll be yesterday.
Yes.
I dealt with Mildred. Wow. My condolences, prayers goes out to her family. Wow, she's a staple, definitely in Brick City, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she fought tirelessly. She was such a good woman, a great mom. She was just a phenomenal woman. So I'm honored to have known her, and but prayers to her entire family. I know her son Larry, especially. They were super close, and he was basically like a mama's boy. Like he's such a good guy. Larry's an attorney, like I said, councilman, and a great dad, husband, and my heart just aches, for the family.
Was she sick?
So, well, she was in a nursing home, so she's been battling some health issues, for the past few years. Yeah, she's been battling some health issues. So, but yeah, she definitely was a trailblazer.
She's part of that old guard. She's part of that old guard.
Exactly. I'm going to share. I don't think I shared it last night. I'll share on social media today a picture that I have of her and Xavier, and another beautiful picture that I took of her. So I'm going to share that on my Facebook page. But shout out to Mildred Crump and family.
I want to throw this to Joe for a quick minute, but I want to see if we can do this. I want to do something called rapid fire, and I think it needs to start off with Joe. I don't know if he started it earlier or whatever. But I want to do a sports rapid fire real quick because there was a lot of things that happened in sports, and I think it should start off with Joe because he was down there with Southern. He's been talking about Southern. They won, and if they continue to win, there's certain things that's taking place. But not only there, football, Colorado, some hits, some things. not Deion's son, but the quarterback, start being left off certain things. I saw there was a hit in, I don't know if it was the Tennessee game or the team came. Oh no, it was Jacksonville. They hit that quarterback.
Yeah.
The whole team jumped on that, bro. I agree with that. I would have beat his ass. What they did, they hit that quarterback like that. You protect your quarterback. But I'll throw it to Joe first. Joe, start it off, brother.
So, Joe, before you get going,
Wait.
I'm going to sign out for a minute. Y'all talk y'all sports,
Okay.
and I'll be back. Okay.
All right. We're gonna Jackson be back. Of course, Jackson's getting ready to make her way to get her son back in school. Look, man, let me go through my Thanksgiving weekend. My God. Oh my God. So as you know, every Thanksgiving weekend, ever since 1995, since I made my way to the Grambling State University, I have participated in a Bayou Classic, and it was Bayou Classic weekend. The West champions, they already solidified. So had they had lost the game, it would have did nothing but been bragging rights, which it always is for the state of Louisiana, as Southern and Grambling take each other on down in New Orleans at the Caesars Superdome, at the Caesar Palace Superdome in New Orleans, which will be home of the Super Bowl this year. And they have just redone the Superdome. They have did some great work. The Superdome on the inside looks phenomenal. So we went down to do battle against my school, because I worked for Southern, but I went to Grambling. So Southern went down to do battle with Grambling, where the Jaguars came out victorious. We are moving on to play Jackson State. Jackson State is very well known because of one former coach, former Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, who talked about how folks are trying to look over Travis Hunter. And I felt that was very sickening, that the award for the best defensive player in college, y'all don't even put Travis on the list. What? That's a story for another day. This weekend, there was all kind of upsets everywhere. Miami got upset. Ohio State got upset. And Ohio State and Michigan, they went in. A part of me feel that this planting the flag on the logo of your opponent's home court is dangerous. Jackson State tried to pull that back when Deion was coaching. They tried to pull that at Southern University. That's dangerous, because you can beat me, but to plant your flag on my home logo on the 50-yard line, family, these coaches need to sit down and tell these kids, if we win, we win. But we got to get this right, because that can cause somebody to really get hurt. I can only tell you about the brawl I saw with Michigan and Ohio State. When people pull out pepper spray and start spraying folks to get them off the field or get them off of one another, you have to understand, everybody's reaction to pepper spray ain't the same. Some folks, because they may be asthmatic, they may have breathing problems, pepper spray can literally kill a person. That's one of the things they teach folks when you deploy pepper spray. You know, if you that should be a quick deterrent, but spraying that, you don't know who you spraying that on. You don't know their medical condition. That you guys are fighting like that. Come on, at the end of the day, you lost. Now, it does not give a right for an individual to plant their flag on your emblem. That is very disrespectful, and I can understand where that causes a lot of issue. But once again, if you did it to them, you can't be mad if they come and do it to you. And when you talk about the quarterback from the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, that shot was a cheap shot. Somebody should be fined for that. Period. Somebody should be fined. And at the end of the day, and did you see the Snow Bowl last night with Buffalo? Who was that? Buffalo and the 49ers. Oh my God. So there's a lot to talk about in sports. I digress. I'm getting ready to go to Jackson, Mississippi for a SWAC championship. Should we be victorious? And everybody says we're not. The odds are 10-1. 10-1. that Southern University will beat the Jackson State Tigers in Jackson, Mississippi to go for the Black National Championship, which is the first bowl game of the season, which is the Celebration Bowl. I'm here to tell y'all, I got a funny feeling that the Southern University Jaguars are going to shock the world because I am in no shape, form, or fashion prepared to go to Atlanta, Georgia. But I got a funny feeling that after Saturday, I'll be packing my bags and headed to Atlanta on Friday for the Celebration Bowl. I digress. Oh, you, Brother Fatim, what you want to talk about in sports, man?
Well, I mean, you had the litany. I mean, the Steelers won. They won.
Yes, we did.
They won. So I was throwing it to you. I see Deion Sanders said that Travis Hunter was left off of. Yeah. I didn't ask you to do all that.
He said I know. He said he was going to actually give him his award because he won that award. What award is that? It's the best defensive player, I think, in college. Is it
defensive
football
and offensive a player? I mean, that's a special award. This for defensive because what he's done was amazing. Also, it looks like his son is coming out too this year.
Yeah,
now, his son is the quarterback.
Right. You heard what Deion said. I need to play that comment. Somebody questioned him when they got beat by Kansas and they got mollywopped by Kansas. And the guy said, well, what you going to do now? Your son graduating, what you going to do now? He said, real easy. My son going to get drafted by the Cowboys. I'm going to go coach the Cowboys, and that'll be the end of that story. Next.
Well, he's not going to get drafted by the Cowboys.
Oh,
probably get drafted by the Giants.
Quiet. Everybody got quiet when he said that. The whole room got quiet. You could hear the roach in the corner going, excuse me, Mr. Deion, I have a question.
and it's crazy, but the Cowboys may do this. And the reason why they can't do it because of that, but Jerry Jones can do whatever he wants to do. He can put some fire under Dak's ass. He can do that. And it makes sense. But that means they would have to give the Giants a big trade-off. The Giants or the Jets, probably the Giants, a big trade or whatever to get that pick. But don't say he wouldn't do it because Dallas has always had money backup quarterbacks in the past.
Come on.
Don't say that. And I keep telling you, he's going to Dallas. Deion's going to the Cowboys. It just makes sense. And that was talk on ESPN, and that was the talk. You understand what I'm saying? It just makes sense. But we'll see on that. So that yesterday, Jacksonville, I mentioned, I don't know if they played Tennessee or whatever. That was
I don't know who they played. Let me look and see who they played. But that was I heard about it. I didn't get a chance to see it. I'll be very honest when I made it in, and big ups to Marcus Allen, who is in the chat. Let me throw a shout out to some people. KNEK Magic 104.7 here in Lafayette, Louisiana. They did a tribute to Frankie Beverly and Mays, a listener appreciation party last night, an all-white party. I just made it back in from New Orleans from the Bayou Classic, and a person called me and said, hey, man, you need to come out. I came out and had a great time. Sit with Brother Marcus. We had a couple of laughs and jokes over a few things, but it was a great event. It was hosted by Kenneth Keep 'em Talking Boudreaux and Vinny V. I had to congratulate Vinny. Vinny been in the game 30 plus years in radio. Finally got put into a management position in this area. And I said something last night that Vinny said, man, more folks need to say what you just said. I said, bro, I can be your competition and still support you. And I said, I don't have a problem coming out, being in the midst of folks that I used to compete with when I was in terrestrial radio. I'm not in terrestrial radio no more. I am a BDS. I am a Nielsen rated station, but I'm a digital station. And I adhere to different rules than FCC stations that you listen to in your car. My radio station is online. My radio station can be heard worldwide online. Radio stations that you have to have a car antenna have a certain range. There comes a time that you'll get out of a state and you can't hear them unless you listen to them in the realm that I'm in, which is the digital realm. But it was just a great event last night. It was beautiful. A lot of folks showed up. I was there with Brother Allen in the back. Brother Allen was not in all white. I think he had a white turtleneck on like myself. I wasn't in all white either. But it just was a great time, and we had a great time in there. I'm still tripping because mathematically, and on another subject, after I got that out, mathematically, the Cowboys still can make the playoffs. And folks are saying that ain't gonna happen. I don't know. I really don't know. And if they do, I know Brother Fatim gonna talk more ish than the Japanese radio made in Spain, and he should. Well, I am one of the biggest Cowboy critics on the planet. But okay, let's see who did Jacksonville play. Hold on. Jacksonville.
I thought it was Tennessee.
No, they played the Texans.
They played. All right, yeah.
They played Houston.
That was Houston
in Jacksonville.
That was an effed up hit, and the whole team went to jump on that dude, and rightfully so. And I don't care. You throw me out the game, find me, whatever. You protect, just like we protect our hitters in baseball. You come at ours, we coming at yours. You coming at ours. That's the game, baby. That's how the game. Don't give me that. Look, I don't play hockey, but the hockey got its own rules. You come at one of ours, we coming at yours. That's how it works. Yo, what they did when a quarterback is sliding, you don't hit that. You don't put that kind of hit on him. You understand what I'm saying? You don't do that. And black, white, and the quarterback is a white quarterback. He's a big. He's. I like the guy. I liked him when he was in college.
He's from Clemson.
Yeah, I like him. But and he shows heart. And he was hurt. Dude, you get broken. In the game of football, there's certain things. When I never forget the game I was watching, when I think it was Lawrence Taylor accidentally snapped Joe Theismann's the quarterback for the Washington Redskins at the time. It wasn't the Commanders, it was the Redskins. And you saw him like, come get, because that's different. That's the different kind of, you don't want that to happen, but that was in the play. But what that do, that was a bush ball hit. That was bush ball. And when you do that, we don't play that.
Hey, so I do want to say, and like I said, I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to go watch this. But KC said something that I had to say Saturday in the Dome. We had the same situation. It wasn't a quarterback. It was a safety hitting a running back. And she said, I don't think the hit was bad. She said the quarterback. Okay, here's a key one. The quarterback slid late. The defender was already launching. KC, I like what you just said. We had
get that clip. Get the clip.
Okay, I'm going to get the clip. I'm going to get the clip. And I'm going to get the clip from
that quarterback is going. He was going to slide, KC. That it wasn't like a bang bang hit. And the quarterback is gonna. Most quarterbacks that he's a pro. This is not one of them dumb quarterbacks that's a second or third stringer that's coming in and just I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna slide. Unfortunately, when it happened, even if KC is right, he still need his ass hit. You know the game. The game. We are sports people, and I'm not taking away. We know the game. And when you do certain things like this, you got to look at it. Even the commentators said, yo, there was a flag thrown. So you don't think it was that bad? There was a flag thrown, KC. A flag thrown on it right away. So the official said that was roughing the passer. Bam, that was not necessary. That was bad.
Okay,
I'm going to protect my quarterback. I'm protecting my quarterback. I'm going to protect my teammate.
I can only show a little piece of this because I don't want no copyright infringement. But hold on, this does.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Let me. Okay, so family, in case you don't know what we're talking about, for those of us who didn't watch the game, because I didn't. Okay, we're gonna give you a quick little snippet of this, and here we go.
Where's this coming from, Joe? Who are you taking this from? Just give them credit. I am taking
this from the NFL Network. So
giving them credit.
Network,
give them credit.
This is credit to the NFL Network. This is from Fox NFL Network. This is the highlight this is how it went. We're just going to give you a snippet of it. So here we go.
Has a 9-7 lead. We had a brawl here in the Texans-Jags game. You're going to see Azeez Al-Shaair in and hit Trevor Lawrence as he was going down, and it is going between the Texans and the Jags. An immediate brawl, a clear cheap shot. 3 different flags flew in. I'm going to lay out here. Guys, can we put up the audio?
That was it.
3 flags. I thought there was 1. 3 flags. 3 officials. 3 flags. The commentator right off the bat.
Yeah, I watched that. I was like,
You protect your quarterback. You protect your teammate. And you especially your quarterback.
Oh, that's all I can say with that one. Oh. Well. Okay. KC, I'm not. I don't know. That one, that looked kind of cheapish to me. He was sliding, and that's just where you just say, you know what? Hey.
And look where he was going at. Look where he was going at. And there's another situation in another game. I think it's not pro, where they went after the knees. You don't supposed to go after the knees like that. So look where he was going to hit this quarterback at. You coming full force, yo. Got his ass. He got what he deserved yesterday. He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved, and he's probably gonna get another pop, another cheap shot.
He gonna get fined and suspended.
Definitely.
He fined and suspended.
I don't know if he could be suspended. I don't think he'll be suspended, but he's definitely gonna get something. 3 officials on that. I remember when I got hit, when my right fielder, Dave St. Hill, I don't think he was pitching that day. God bless his soul. Dave St. Hill passed last year. We were playing for the Bonnies in Brooklyn. Dave hit St. Hill, almost went out the park on the right side, right field. He's the cleanup hitter. I'm batting 5th. We're facing this team called Old Lady of Grace, OLG, not Old Lady of Guadalupe, but Old Lady of Grace. And we were majority team of color, but we had a couple of white guys on the team, and they were all white boys, and they were arrogant. They were good. I can see where they get the arrogance. These 17-year-old kids, they had that. They were big, The next pitch, this guy threw 88 to 90 miles per hour at 17. He clocked me in my side. He clocked me. And when I stayed in the game, and my pitcher's like, I'm going after one of them. And what I said is that we had the lead, because this team honestly was undefeated, and we already had lost. So we win this game, we champions. I was like, don't go after nobody. I said it. It's my call. My call. Don't go after nobody. We got the lead. Don't give them the momentum. Because if you hit one of them, now they get riled up. Right. My call. I'm cool. Let us win the championship. That's my way of payback. We got it back. We won that championship. I was able to wear my jacket to and fro to high school and anywhere around the city. You understand? But in this game, I'm telling you, you got to be, it's a rough game, but cheap hits is not cool.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not cool. It's just not cool. And I don't, deal with it. After you show this, I had a conversation last night, and I might pick a question out here.
Okay. So before I show this, I want to say something. I did talk to Fatim yesterday, and I said to Fatim, because I meant this, Fatim and I, in this year, in 2025 family, hashtag truth be told, we've already 2 members of hashtag truth be told, because I don't say the whole hashtag truth be told. We weren't, was at Essence Music Festival, and we had a great time. And I told Brother Fatim, and Brother Fatim said, I agree with you. Next year, we're going to do everything we can that hashtag truth be told. We're going to broadcast live from this event that I'm showing right now on the screen, where it will be the 52nd annual Bayou Classic. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm deep into Bayou Classic. I worked for Coach Eddie Robinson I work for Coach Doug Williams. People constantly see me on the sidelines during the Bayou Classic. To be exact, I got back last night and a person confronted me and said, I want to know, how can I do XYZ? Well, what I do don't have to do with tickets or suites and none of that, but I understand that folks see you and they see what you do and they assume that folks that you can open up certain doors. And like I told them, but I can direct folks to the proper individuals that if you want a suite, if you need special tickets, if you want to be a part of all the events, I can hook you up to the individuals who can tell you how to purchase those tickets or how to get into those events. I don't have that. I have access for me, but I don't have access to give everybody else. But next year, we plan on broadcasting live. I plan on us being on the sidelines, doing at least a portion of our podcast from the Caesars Superdome on the floor during the Bayou Classic. And this is a great event. And I'm just going to give you one of the highlights, because once again, I want to, give y'all that this was a sold out. The Caesars Superdome Saturday was sold out for the Bayou Classic against Grambling and Southern. And it was HBCU excellence, as it was the granddaddy of them all. So let me give y'all just a little bit of this, just a little bit.
Woods, sideline, jump ball, brought in, touchdown Southern, Chandler Whitfield.
Chris, I referenced the attack pass. David Jones, really good one-on-one in coverage. He's in phase initially, and the officials have allowed receivers and DBs to jostle with the ball in flight. And so, no surprise there. Titanic hit in the pocket. Jalen Woods able to deliver the football. Chandler Whitfield going up to get it. He's only 5'10", but with one hand, able to rise and grind and go get it.
It was a great game, y'all. It was a great time. The halftime show and the Battle of the Bands was awesome. The halftime show was Little Bootsy. Set it off and all the good stuff. And he performed together with the Southern University Jaguar football, the Human Jukebox, the band, and it was off the chain. Big ups to Grambling, Graham fam. Big ups to the Jaguar Nation. It was time to be had by all. If you have never experienced the Bayou Classic and you're considering going to a HBCU, or you want to know the pride and the alumni and the pageantry of being a part of the HBCU universe, go to I would recommend the Bayou Classic. There are other bowl games out there. There's the Turkey Day Bowl, there's the Circle City Classic, but definitely it's the Soul Bowl in Mississippi. But definitely go. And it was great. Bootsy did a great thing. You can go to my page. You can go, because I did the halftime show on my page and the Battle of the Bands and the Greek shows. And congratulations to all the Greek organizations that participated in the Greek Step Show, Battle of the Bands, and the winners. Go ahead with your question, brother. Go ahead.
I got to go to my text messages on here. I sent it yesterday. I was having a conversation last night. Put out a couple of questions. Michael Bazin has been on a tear. I was like, man, I'm about to text him. Why don't you just do your damn radio show? Hell with all this. But he gets so many comments. He established from and a lot of people say, why do you talk about him a lot? Because I like what he did on radio. I was part of when he not when he first started, but when he got to that break on 98.7 Kiss FM. He was not syndicated. Okay, he was in New York. He was going up against Wendy Williams at BLS at the time, and I was at Kiss. And he came out with a product that was really, really good. Afternoon radio with conversation, good topics, and it proved that you can talk, you can have discussion. and you can have conversations. Sometimes he would break it down. He was heavily involved in the Gina Six case. That was a serious case. It wasn't
Very
all
much
about
so.
relationships all the time. He brought on new artists, Kim, and so I believed in that. And then after a year, and he'll tell you, he took that job with no salary. We had no budget for him. We had no budget for him. He took that, but then he got syndicated through ABC Radio. And he took off. And I like the product. You know, me and him were cool. You know, he has his personality, his persona, but we're cool, you know. And I like the conversations. He makes you think. You know, and that's why last week when I said something, I'm not the kind of person to take people's stuff and pretend it's mine. If I get a quote or a comment from him, I don't like to do that. I know when I'm on Tanya T, they don't like to do it. I don't care.
Why?
If we said, I don't, that same thing. It's not my show. It's not my show. So they do what Sister Veronica does, what she wants to do. I don't feel that. I'm a communicator.
Like you said, we give credit.
We get credit. We use
clips,
clips.
just like
we use clips of other people saying things. So why can't we use quotes or comments or a question from somebody else and give them that credit? Because if it's a good question, sometimes it creates good conversation with the people that you got to realize your audience may not be connected to that. You understand? So that's
and
why. But again,
need to get collected. Yeah,
connected. You know,
get collected.
So, there was a couple of questions I put out here. And I'm looking here, because I don't want to make this kind of, I don't want to use that. What's the most? No.
Hey,
no.
Did you see, while we're just thinking, did you go see any movies this weekend? Because, you know, it's always, I got the opportunity to see Gladiator 2. It was good. I will say this. After Denzel Washington played the bad guy in Training, I just don't think there'll be another bad guy role that Denzel can play that tops him being the bad guy in Training Day. And I think anytime he encompasses a role that he is the bad guy, you always refer back to, it was good, but it wasn't Training Day good.
Well, American Gangster was great. American Gangster was great.
It was. He very much.
He was a drug lord. He was a drug kingpin. That's a true story.
Right. He encompassed that character's aura, but still, you know, when you think of bad guys, when you say, for once, watch this. If you throw out there and say, okay, name a bad guy role that Denzel Washington played, and it was like on Family Feud. Survey said, I promise you, the number one.
Training Day would be number one because he won an Oscar for that.
Right. But that's where people.
But American Gangster would be number two.
Okay, right. But still, let's go back to number one, because guess what? If I ask you who got second place in the Super Bowl, you say, so I don't know. Most folks don't think about number two.
But you look at this as a body of work. That Super Bowl is the ultimate champion.
Right. Look.
You look at a body of work.
Once again, Fatim, what I'm trying to do is say the following. He did a great job in Gladiator 2. I just don't believe that, you know, you always make the comparison. I'm like, man, that's a hell of a bad guy. He a hell of a bad guy. However, he wasn't a Training Day or an American Gangster hell of a bad guy in Gladiator 2. He did a great job. I believe he deserves accolades and awards in the body of work. But once again, you always compare certain folks to certain for prime example.
I'm not going to take away that's your opinion. I got it.
Right. Hold it. In my opinion, let me get off of my brother, Denzel. I love Denzel. But let me get on to a Caucasian person, Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver has played some great science fiction roles. She played in Ghostbusters. She's played some great roles. To me, I only know her in one role. Every role to me falls in one place. She never played as good as she played in Alien, because Alien was it. So, you know.
some people get typecast into
Right.
something.
Right, that part. That's
Yeah,
the word.
yeah,
Thank
but
you. Thank you. I
Denzel
couldn't
didn't get
find the word.
typecast in that. Yeah,
I couldn't find the word.
typecast is different. Like Superman. I mean,
Right.
George
Christopher
Reeves, he was
Reeve.
typecast into Superman. He couldn't really go on to nothing else.
Right. So
You
hold on.
understand?
The reason I brought that up was I was trying to go somewhere with Wicked. So because I have daughters and I have a wonderful wife, and sometimes you can't watch all these bang bang shoot 'em up movies. You gotta sit down and watch a movie that is the type movie that they enjoy. I watched some parts of Wicked. I didn't get to see all of Wicked. Wicked seems to be a very powerful moral movie about differences in folks and accepting those differences, and how in not accepting those differences, how you can turn a good person into a villain. And I'm going to finish watching Wicked, and we need to come back and discuss this. And I think I'll wait till you get the opportunity to watch it, because I'm gonna go back and watch it, because I was like, wow, this is really, even though it's a good musical, and I know it's one of the first big time films that has made millions of dollars that was based off of music, man, it was really something that had me like, this is a movie for our times. I just don't know will it get the credit. I know that it's really a good movie, and I know a lot of AKAs love the movie because the lead character is an AKA, and of course Wicked is pink and green, but it's a great movie. It really, from what I saw, and I don't know who out there got to see any of these movies. I know there's a new movie kind of like from the Pacific Islander genre that is really big right now. I think it's the #1 movie. I think it's #1, Wicked is #2, and Gladiator 2 is #3 in going for holiday movies right now. So did you go out there for your holiday? Did you go out and watch a movie outside of eating, watching football? Did any of y'all partake and get the family together and go watch a movie? So why you finding your question? I just wanted to throw that out.
No. I think I got my question here, but let's drill back down, because I always say you do that sometimes. You stumble upon something and don't realize it. And you kind of, I thought you was going to build on it. You said, go back to, see, now that's why I cut you off. See, this is why I cut you off. That's why I cut you off sometime, because now I got to try to go back to it. And now watch, I try to go back to it, and you ain't going to be able to say it the way you said it. And that's what you hit something. You said about in Wicked, how certain things can happen to a person that changes them.
Right.
Yeah. So go back to that, because that's where I would have stopped you, but I didn't do that this time. But see, that's why I do that, because sometimes you say something and I want to drill in on it, and we could build off of that. Go ahead, say that again.
So the part of Wicked I saw, once again, let me give you my disclaimer. I did not watch the whole movie because it was so deep, and I was in the middle of really doing something that in my process of watching it, I said, man, this is deep, but I had to get back to what I was doing. So I watched the first part of Wicked, and I'm like, okay, to normal folks, a child is born that's different. She's green. It really kind of pulled on my heartstrings, me being an adopted child, me being a child that was abandoned. It really pulled on my heartstrings. I was like, wow. So, and it's how they shunned the child. The child was gifted. The child was intelligent. The child was all that, but the child was green. And it just made me see in the beginning parts of the movie how good-hearted the child was, even as the child became a teenager and a young woman, but how those, because of her differences, vilified her. It's like they didn't want to be around her, though her heart was pure. Her heart was really good. I didn't see the whole movie, and I want to go back and see it.
Well, I got the question now.
But it made me realize that sometimes, because and here's the crazy thing, it showed the so-called Glinda, the good witch.
You're going into the movie. I want you to get to the point. The point is the point, so we can build right.
The point is, from the part of Wicked I saw, I believe the green, and I don't even know the young lady's name. Sorry, but the lady who played the green, the wicked
Same
witch.
one. This is the same person that played Aretha.
Right. The woman who played the wicked
I
witch.
get her name.
Yeah, get her name. She did an outstanding job because to me, she embodied that character to show I was good until y'all turned me bad. I was good. I was doing the right thing. Y'all never gave me credit.
Cynthia Erivo.
You never gave me credit for doing the right thing. I was doing the right thing, and I was doing it very well. You know, until y'all never accepted my goodness. Y'all always spoke bad of everything I did good.
Okay, stop. That's it. That's what I wanted to drill down on. Let's deal with that question. How people are changed, how society treats them.
Come on, that
And
part.
then-
Good one, brother.
So, and it's crazy how I came up with this I came across it. Let me get to this point because we're gonna drill on this. Because I took this yesterday, and it, oh man, because they did an update on this, and it was talking about how the person, basically, the person is a good person. How society preys on them, P-R-E-Y-S, preys on them. That pushes them into a corner that they come out fighting, and then the roles tend to be changed by the person that was really the villain to make the other person the villain. That's the question. I was trying to get to it.
The villain becomes the victim because all of a sudden the victim that they villainize fights back. All of a sudden now, oh, they're the villain. I'm the innocent bystander. See, like I tell people, you poke the bear for 4 hours, but then you want to euthanize the bear when the bear gets tired of being poked for 4 hours and the bear turns up and tries to rip your head off. Oh, the bad bear, this wild animal, this bad bear, look what he tried to do to me. Or look at the injury he imposed on me. But you don't talk about the 4 hours you were out there throwing rocks at the bear. You were poking the bear with a stick, but you want to always show people what happened when the bear got pissed off and the bear did what a bear does. That part.
The point is, I take this, you got to realize they made her green, but we could do this as black folks. This is interesting.
Come on.
You could do this as black folks. So you push black people into a corner in this country because of racism and all these other isms. You push black people into a corner. Then they rise up and they stand up and they fight back. They burn things down. They fight back. They this, that, and other. And then you turn them into the victim, not dealing with the whole story that you made them do that.
No, you turn them into the villain, not the victim.
No, you don't turn them into the villain. You try to make them into the villain, but you made them who they are because you pushed them into a corner. It's like you take all these things away from people, and then when they live in poverty, this, that, and other. I'm not talking about the people that put themselves in that situation. I'm talking about, here goes in this story, people that's minding their business. Think about it. Here's a good character, good person. Think about the African slave trade. Here's a people on another continent, not country, continent, doing their thing, dealing with their ups and downs and whatever. You go bring them here. You put them through this horrific way. Then they fight back, kill y'all because they don't want to live this lifestyle. And then you make them the victim. And then you go out there and kill them and say they deserve that. Then you do that with the Indians. You do the same damn thing to the indigenous people. You come and take their land. You make them the enemy. And then you go out there and kill them and justify what you're doing. That's what wicked. Think of the term wicked. We think of the wicked witch. You got to think beyond this. Wicked. People are wicked. And what they do is they don't really show their hand. Why do you think they want to take books out of school? Why don't they want to make things equal? Because they are wicked And when they are wicked, they want to keep their foots on your neck because they don't want the truth to be exposed. Because this young lady who was green that may have been different, she wasn't bothering nobody. She wasn't doing anything, but they turned on her. They turned on her. They made her into that person, and then she was looked upon as the wicked witch. That's why if you go back, this is why this is so powerful. Because if you go back to the Wizard of Oz, you just see the wicked witch. But what got her to that place? Everybody has a starting
You got to go
place.
see this movie for team.
But I'm just saying, I don't need the movie. What I'm saying is that's life, bro. And that's how that's how people deal with things. And then those that just look at the Palestinian people. Israel comes in. This is not their land. This is not their land. Palestine is not their land. You come in, and then now you bomb and you kill because now, and you make them look like they're the enemy. That's wicked. Look beyond the movie. I'll see the movie, but I got the principle. We got to learn to look beyond to understand life. That's why I don't back up, because I understand the game that these people play, and it's a wicked game. They want to come at Joe Biden because he pardoned his son, but everything that Donald Trump has done, you don't want to say anything and slap on the wrist. Don't give me that bull crap. Don't give me that bull crap. I pardon my own damn son. Hey, man, we got to listen to your crap.
I would have did it.
So that's wicked. That's what I'm saying. If you watch this closely, Joe, watch this closely. Trump is picking all these people out here. I don't need to stay on this. I'm just showing you. They're making evil to look fair and making good to look bad. They are wicked people.
Right? Hey.
That's what I'm saying. Take this as a metaphor from this movie and apply it to life, y'all. That's why they will never, ever get me. People say, don't paint it with a broad brush. I get it. But I also paint it with a broad brush from this perspective. Who benefits from racism? Who benefits from these people that project wicked people? That's why I say, take the word and the metaphor from this movie, wicked, and take it and put it into life. That's what it's about. This person, this in the movie Wicked, she's green, she's different. We're black. They treat us different. They put us in the corner. They treat us miserably. And then when we come up and stand up and want to fight back, they call us wicked. No, they're the wicked people.
That's right.
They are the wicked people. That's the problem. So that's why I say I don't need to go into the movie, because I understand the metaphor of it. That's what we as black people have gone through. And when you shun your blackness, then you have given up your fight, because you're not fighting for your salvation. You're not fighting for your salvation. I don't care when Eddie comes up. We all are people. Man, miss me with that. Yeah, we all are people, but we all, because we are different. Wicked, she's green. We're different because we're black. We suffer in this system because this system is against us black folks. The system was against her as being green. The system was against the indigenous people in this country because they were different. Wake up, people.
That's right.
Wake up. Damn.
That's right, Fatima. And you know what? We also have to be cognizant and realize that all of our people don't want to be free. You know?
Nope.
All of our people, we have a lot of our people love being still in captivity. You know, they don't want to be free. They don't want to do things different. They're fine being complacent and doing the same thing they've always done. So it's great that you get it, Fatima, but it's a lot of folks that don't get it.
Eddie Bonnet says, Sister Jax, it's easy to hate. Eddie, you can call in, bro. You know why?
That's right.
They're the haters, brother. And now you want to say it's easy for us to hate because for so many years they got their foot on our neck and we want to stand up and call a spade a spade. Now it's easy for us to hate. Stop, bro. They took the love and humanity away from us.
Mhm.
I don't need to assimilate to get along, to go along,
right.
bro.
That's right.
Until
I mean-
I'm treated in this system because I'm black, but I'm treated the same way that the white person is treated. It's not about going to a job and one white person or another white person treat you nice and then kumbaya. No, we don't benefit in this system. People of color in this globe don't benefit from the system in the world, brother.
Well, it's like I said, I highly recommend. And I want you, I'm going to do it.
I don't want to even
probably-
get back to the movie. I want to stay on the metaphor of the damn movie, bro.
Hold it. But like I said,
Let him do
and
his movie review.
just to put it out
He
there.
did it already.
Yeah, hold it. No, I just want to put it out there because I really want you to watch. I felt bad that I couldn't finish the movie because the part I saw took me right to where Brother Fatim is at. And it took me from another perspective. It didn't take me from a racial perspective. It took me from the perspective of how many times we don't accept others who are not like us. And that person is a good-hearted person with good intentions, but because we've got some goody two-shoe over here that's popular, that may be a person who everybody gravitates to, and that person says, "Oh, you should shun that person." You know, I didn't look at it from.
Joe,
a
how
racial-
how can you not look at it from a racial point of view? Because of color,
brother,
wait, I'm asking a question. That's all.
Okay.
How didn't you not look at that? She's green, dude. She's green. Why do you think they made her green?
Hold on, Brother Fatim. I did have in the back of my mind some racial overtones, but once again, I took it into my own sphere of experiences I had dealt with in life. And I had realized that sometimes you can be different, thrown away, good heart, good intentions, doing all the right things, but because folks do not want to accept your talent, they do not want to accept what you bring to the table, they are envious of you, though they try to cloak it in, "Oh, I'm just better than you." No, you're not better than me. You're actually envious of me. You're actually not as good as me, but because of either your position and your position may be a position of power, while I might be in a position of poverty. Guess what? There are some highly talented, very intellectual, intelligent, good kids that are in impoverished environments right now that are much better than some of these kids living in Ivy League land. I took it in a lot of different places, but it made me realize many a times you can be the good person and you can be villainized because not because you're a villain, it's because those who are in power don't want your goodness to rise to the top unless they benefit from it. Because one scene I remember in the movie was when they were singing, and the girl told her once the individual who saw her talent told her, "Look, I want to teach you personally." The girl who was really trying to get that influence, guess what she said? Could you help me get close to her where I can show her my goodness? See, you just
Right,
got to
let me
watch
just
the
say-
movie.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
So let me just so I put this in here. Is there a racial because I don't this is there a racial theme in the movie Wicked? Yes. This is coming back. Yes, there is. I can't even see how we can't even see it. There is a racial or allegorical theme in Wicked, though it is not explicitly about race. The story explores issues of prejudice, marginalization, and societal discrimination, which can be interpreted as metaphorical for racial or other systemic inequalities. It's so right there present. When Joe said it, I got it right away. I said, damn, these dudes are good. They did this in Gremlins. They did the same thing with the Gremlins, how they put the sub message in there about Black people.
Yeah.
You gotta see through this. And I
Yeah.
don't need to see the whole movie because I got it right away. I know when she's green. They
Yeah.
can't say black because it won't hit. So they had to make her green, but they made a Black woman play the green person.
Exactly.
Why do you think they did that? They didn't make a white person. It's racial. This
Yeah.
country is based
listen,
on that.
They hide it in plain sight for T.
Hey, hide it in plain sight.
Brother Fatim. Brother Fatim, I agree. So, Brother Barnett, I want you to read that comment for you and Brother Barnett can engage in this.
if this system is so bad, why aren't you, Fatine, pushing for a separation from this system instead of trying to go into this racist system and try to force them to love and accept Black people? I ain't trying to force them to, I'm not trying to make them love. I'm trying to make them a love, accept nothing. I'm just trying to make them treat us fairly. They're the one that want to say the human thing. They want to stand on the Christian Bible and God and putting God in the schools and this, that, and the other. So if that's what they want to do, then start to treat people the way you want to teach people the way that you want them to go. That's why.
Hey, brother.
Why
brother.
do I have to call for separation? Eddie, why do I have to call for separation? I didn't ask to be here, brother. I didn't ask to be here. So since we are here, I want a fair and equal system because we helped build this damn country. We built this damn country, brother. So I want to be treated fair. I don't need to be separate. I don't need to be separate. I need to be treated fairly. I don't need you to love me. Just respect me and treat me fair.
Hey, brother Fatine.
Well, we know that's not gonna happen,
That's right. That's right. And that's why I don't. Let me just respond. That's why I'm not taking no shit from none of y'all. Not y'all here. I'm not taking that, Eddie. I'm not assimilating, bro. I'm not, because I understand. And then if my kids don't take this perspective, then we're going to continue with this crap that we got now. We're going to continue with this crap that we got now. So I want our young people to have some backbone and have some strength and some heart and that warrior spirit, because that's what we got to be now. Because we try to love y'all, we try to be compassionate to y'all, and y'all kill us, y'all maim us. So hell with y'all.
Hey, brother Fatine and Sister Jax, I heard in the back of my head, Dr. King going, we're just asking you to do what you said in that piece of paper that you said it in many years ago. We're just asking you keep the contract you made. We didn't make the contract, nor did we have anything to do with the contract. But
and
in
your
the
check
contract,
and your check bounce too that you gave us. Insufficient funds.
Because you know what, Joe, they did the same thing with the Native Americans, right?
Come on.
A lot
We're
of
just
people
asking
just,
you to keep your word.
a lot of people just finished, celebrating Thanksgiving. Some people call it Thanksgiving, because guess what? Thanksgiving time is a somber time for many Native Americans. That marks an era of slaughter that happened during that time by the Puritans and the colonists and everything. So that is not, a joyous time, although we tried to make it. So what they did was they not only, the Puritans and the colonizers not only gave thanks for, what they had, they were also giving thanks for what they took. Right? And people don't realize that they were thankful for it. Thank you, God, for allowing me to take over these people.
Jack, slow down and say that one more again for the folk in the back that didn't hear it.
Yes, they were not only thankful for what they had, but they were thankful for what they took. They put a lot of alcohol and everything into those Native American, areas so that they can get them drunk. So they could get them drunk and have them sign treaties and pieces of paper so that they could then flip it and turn it around and take over their land. And then if you even dig deeper and look into the $5 Indians, Google and find out what a $5 Indian is. It's wicked, the stuff that was done from beginning. They're not going to treat us as equal. They can give us some little opportunities here and there and stuff like that. But, we're fighting for this equality when we need to just be building up, ourselves and building up our own communities and our people, because we're not going to get what we need from the other side. They can help us in some ways, absolutely. But as a whole, as a people, no. We got to liberate ourselves. It starts with our mind. And guess what? What's so sad, Fatine, is when, sometimes people get it. You know what I'm saying? And even with the whole woke thing, they've changed the definition of woke. We know what woke was, from back in the day when somebody say, oh, yeah, she's woke, or oh, he's woke. We understood that. But now they're changing it to a whole new connotation and a whole new meaning of what woke is. Right. So, brother
Fatine, I want you to engage in this.
I am, but hold that there, because Eddie, he ain't gonna suck the air out of other people's comments. So, Darlene, let me go to Rhonda, then I'll come back to Darlene, then I'll come to Eddie. Thank you, Jax. You're right, and they do, and that's where what you just said. Rhonda says, I agree, brother Fatine. Racial overtones, only subliminal messages will always be. Only we have to immerse. Everyone has their own experience. Now, let me go to Darlene Bryant. And this is where I was going before. She says, exactly, Brother Joe, it could be people of color acting that way too. Darlene, that is correct. But what I was trying to say in what Joe said, that's why I said what Joe said in the beginning was so powerful. In the thing of wicked, you take a group of people from their land, their customs, their God, their religion, their whole way of life. You bring them over here. Then you treat them like shit. Treat them worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Kill them, you maim them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put them in a poverty situation. And then they rise up. I'm not justifying what some of the things that we do to one another, but a lot of us are pushed into a position to do those things. That's what I'm saying. We always tend to do that in these conversations. We always, when we talk about police brutality, then we gotta, well, what about black on black crime? We tend to do that to one another. Yeah, we know what we do, and we talk about what we do to one another. But we also gotta understand how we are motivated, how this is a chess game, and how we are manipulated into doing some things because of the circumstance we put in. Be careful, Sister Darlene. I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to say to get you to understand the bigger picture of this. That Willie Lynch thing is real. Willie Lynch is real. It's not only what they've done, how they play the game to motivate us to do what they wanted to do. We do it to each other. But you got to realize who created that. Who created that? You got to understand that, because then you water down the conversation. You water down the conversation when we're going at them, at the real adversary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got problems in our community. Everybody does. Mm-hmm. But understand how we are in this country. Now put Eddie's comment back up there. Because Eddie, I'll challenge you. You tell me when you get two young people. You give me their age, I'll get two young people that are talking about race. And let's bring them on here and let them have a conversation. Let the young people have that. The ones that you talking about race. And let's talk about, as Black folks, how they're benefiting in the system, how the system is working for or against them and their peers. You bring them. You keep saying the new generation isn't talking that racial stuff. That is bullshit. That's bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's bull. They might not be out there like back in the 60s, but they are talking about it. Yeah. Because they are going through it. You tell me, you get me two young people. I'm not talking about 12 and 13. Give me somebody who's in high school or college or just got out of college. And I'll bring two people the same age. Mm-hmm. I haven't even identified them. It's not hard for me to find them. Yeah. And let them have a conversation. Since you don't want to think that this world is a better place now because we don't have the kind of racial stuff and climate that we had in the 60s. That just was different. It's just taking a different form, brother.
Absolutely. I mean, Fatin, when you look at it, it's with, our healthcare, the welfare system, the educational system. It's all tied together. They just have become cunning. You know what I'm saying? Satan, it is a cunning some among, right? So they just want to do stuff to us, and we're so blinded many times that we don't even realize it. We sit right there and we walk right through it and don't even realize the condition or position that we're in.
And I want to go back to saying this again. And this starts with self. Many of you who know me, you can go back and check my resume. Long before it was popular, I was on social media talking about hashtag start with self. Once again, what touched my heartstrings when I watched the part of this movie I watched was the bad person who was made bad was really a good person, was really a great person, was really a compassionate person, was really a person who, here's where it really hurt my soul. I actually almost shedded a tear when I was watching this. I said, man, I can't believe I'm watching this musical woman Disney type thing. It got me because I saw the jealous and the envy of folks when you have more talent than they have, how they will conspire to make you what you're not, because you shining will diminish folks watching them shine, and they'll do everything they can to put you in a bad place that your shine ain't seen.
Amen. That's so true, Joe.
Yep, it is. Let me just say this. I don't understand how Eddie Bonnet says a conversation to force them to accept that they are second-class citizens. You look at some of the accomplishments of some of our top Black people, and a lot of them talk about racism. We are not saying we're second-class citizens to identify that we live in a systemic racial society, brother. Nobody's saying that. And then nobody's saying that we have to have a victim complex. What we're saying is the reality in this country is that we're always, as Black people, we always got to work harder to get the achievements. We all got to work harder for those achievements.
So who is Dr. Sylvester? Because I'm trying to figure out this comment. Read that for me, Fatim, because I'm read that for me, Jack. Somebody read it for me, please. Please, Sister Jax, read that for me.
You know what? I don't have my glasses on and I can't even see.
I'll read it.
Okay,
Why are we continuing to use slavery as a talking point and we have never experienced that? Everyone on this panel can do whatever they want. I know who Dr. Sylvester is. Continue to bring up slavery and blame folks that they did not have a hand in it is wow. Okay, bye.
Okay, that we're not even going to address that. So that's crazy. You have to understand there are reasons.
I know you know who that is.
That we are where. Oh, okay. There are reasons why. Okay, now I know. There are reasons why we are where we are today. Look, there are reasons why we are where we're at today, and you have to always put in the historical perspective of we didn't just get here by happenstance. There was a plan and a design. I go back to one of my favorite science fiction books because I read the book. I just don't watch the movie. In Dune, it talks about plans on top of plans on top of plans on top of plans, how for eons, certain constructs and mental engineering and psychological directing will get certain things to happen a certain way. This didn't just happen by happenstance. And understand we are still suffering from the ill effects of slavery, just like we are suffering from the ill effects of COVID. It's just that simple to make a comparison. Brother Fatim.
I mean, you know, hey, what you say, Joe? Eddie's body says, so if there's some young Blacks who come on and say they don't accept that narrative, would they be wrong? Eddie, bring them on. Let them have a conversation.
That's their opinion.
Yeah, bring them on. I don't know what they're going to say. Let them have conversation with other young Black folks and their experiences. Because sometimes you have to get in a circle with other people. I've been there before. I've been in that circle. I needed to understand why some people from the Caribbean had their own ideas about Black Americans. I could give you my opinion about it. I had to have a conversation with them before I could form a real good opinion on it. You understand? I had to understand why were they saying this? I needed to understand this. Then we had to also say to them, well, you was what they said to us in this circle. You was taught this in your country. Cool. I said, did you come to this country? Did every African American at that time or Black American fit that narrative? No, they didn't. So then you're broad brushing it. See, that's why you have them have a conversation. I'm not speaking for the young folks I'm gonna bring on.
Wait, Fatim, I got some young folks in the car now. 4 young, educated Black girls, right? So what you want to ask them, Fatim? Say what's up, guys. Hi.
Hey. Does SpongeBob? No, I was just joking. My question to the young folks. Do you think racism exists in our society today?
Yes, of course.
Why?
Because people often hate the color of our skin and the power that we hold within our skin.
Anyone else?
So let me ask this question to one of you young ladies. Do you feel that if you walked into a room with a person who's not melanated, a Caucasian person, who you have more intelligence, you have better grades. Now, of course, none of this is seen in your appearance, but if you walked in and stood beside that person, do you think the first person people look at is them or you when it comes down to a place of thinking about beauty, intelligence, and strength? When they look at that white person, like if y'all were just out and about and somebody ran up in authority and said, I need to talk to the smart one here, who you think they're going to try to talk to first? You or the white person standing beside you that looks just like, I mean, same height, same build, who they're gonna try to speak to first?
The white person.
Okay, so that y'all feel that way. I want to know why y'all feel that way. Why y'all feel that society, even though you're probably the smarter one, the more intelligent one, but why would they look at that person and say, oh, they're the one we need to talk to, not you? That's what I want to know.
Society has normalized like white people being in power, and I feel like people are so used to that, norm that they won't go outside. That they won't go outside the box, and that they gonna always degrade black people and belittle them. They also stereotype us as black people and white people. They think that black people don't really have like the knowledge, or like they think that they just all they do is just like smoke, and they just kind of stereotype us with like the bad things, and they always look upon white people to always have the answer and know more than the black people do.
Right. Now, even though y'all spoke
Brother
truth,
Eddie, you're welcome to call in and ask your own questions.
Now, y'all spoke your truth just now, but that hasn't stopped y'all to make y'all feel inferior or like second-class citizens. You still go out there, you work hard, and you believe in yourself. You believe that you are great, you are good. You don't let these racism or this isms, these other things that we have to fight against in this country, that don't make you feel like second-class citizens. You know these are obstacles, but that doesn't stop you from fighting and being the best that you can be. Is that correct?
Yes, I feel like it's all on the mindset. Just because a white man has degraded you and told you that you can't do this or you're not capable of doing it, you can't believe that. If you believe that you're smart and that you can go out and get it just as much as white people can, that's the mindset that you need to have. You just can't be in that mindset where, oh yeah, a white man degraded me, I'm never gonna be anything. It's just really on the mindset.
So question.
All right, hold on that question. Let me just say this. You can read that question. That proves my point. I don't even have to get the young people. The young people just said what I said. They're not second. They don't look at themselves as second-class citizens, but they still identify that there's certain isms, racism in this country. That doesn't stop them, Eddie, from looking at being a victim. They just understand the obstacles in this society, but that means they still go out there and work hard and do what they need to do, my brother. The young people just prove what I said. Go ahead, Joe, read that question.
So ladies, what I want y'all to do is y'all answer this question is tell me your ages. And the question from Brother Eddie Barnett in the chat is, question, young ladies, what do y'all want to be when y'all get older?
I'm 17 years old. My name is Samira. I want to be a criminal psychologist to help people in the system, like whether like help them identify just identify what they have went through to like what goes on in their head to want to go out and commit the crimes that they do.
Thank you. Pass it on to the next lady. Name, age, and what you want to do.
Hi, I'm Khalees, and I'm 17. I like to be a civil engineer. The reason why is because there's not a lot of Black women in civil engineering, and I'd really like to help my environment. So, yeah, that's me.
Next lady, please.
Hi, my name is Alana Richardson. I'm 17, and I would like to major in communications and multimedia journalism.
Next lady, please.
Hi, my name is Lily, and I would like to be a nurse midwifery.
Next lady, please. What's your age, ma'am? Lady in the glasses, what's your age?
Oh, 17.
Okay, next lady, please.
Hi,
young lady.
I'm 18, and I want to be in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, okay.
Let me just say this.
That was black.
Let me just say
black
this.
Female excellence from the younger ladies, and I'm gonna pass it on to Brother Fatim. But my heart is gleaming with hope. My heart is gleaming with happiness, and my heart is gleaming with victory, because hearing young black women speak like that, we are winning.
And
Brother
Fatim, I'll just say this first.
This is young black girls, Fatim and Joe, and our viewers. These are young black girls, young black excellence, not in the suburbs. We are in the heart of the city of North New Jersey. So young black excellence still exists in cities like it always has.
Exactly. And I
Go
just
ahead, Joe.
prove, and this proof, first of all, thank you, Jax. First of all, young ladies, let me just say this, continue on your journey. Sometimes you get those moments where your parents may be hard on you or whatever, but it shows through your work and tenacity out here. Trust me. I'm proud of you all. I'm really, really, really proud of you all. And Sister Jax, these are the kind of young ladies that have the connections, you know, that they need to be able to go and meet Mayor Ras Baraka, who's going to be running for governor of New Jersey. If they haven't met him, they may have met him because you're out in Brick City. We will go all.
My sister.
Huh?
Okay. No, I was asking that they have. Olivia has helped work on the mayor's campaign before. So Olivia, you know, my daughter,
Okay.
you know, knows who he is, but her friends are familiar, but they have not met him as of yet.
Okay. And this is what I try to sell. I'm trying to, first of all, I just want to commend these young ladies of the great job, the terrific job that you're doing. I also send a message out to our young men. You see, stop not doing what you got to do and then frown up when these young ladies thumb their nose at you when you're not doing what you got to do. They're handling their business. Young men, go out there and handle your business. Now, kudos to you, young ladies. And to Eddie, I think my point was proven. I just think it was proven there, brother. It's not about being second-class citizens. It's not about being a victim. You can still rise in your excellence, but understand that racism and other isms exist in this country, and you don't have to turn your back on that. They're not hating. These young ladies are not. They didn't show anything of hatred or being mad, but they understand what this society is, what we go through in this society, brother. We don't turn our back on this because we need people to fight and understand that we have not made it. If we have not made it individually, we have not made it as a people, my brother. And that's why we don't turn our back on our people. So for you that want to assimilate, I'm not saying that you, Eddie, but those that want to assimilate, more power to you. But one thing, we will not forget where we came from. We will not forget our ancestors that were in slavery, that were before they were in slavery. We will not forget them. And we now have the baton. We pass the baton to these young ladies and other young people to continue to fight in the struggle and the upliftment of us as a people and us as a society.
Amen. Amen. Well said, Brother Fatin. And if you can expound, Fatin, because I know a lot of our viewers out there, and just people in society as a whole, do not feel that slavery and segregation and all that stuff matters, or they even feel that, you know, oh, that was so long ago. What does it have to do with today? Right? If you can just break it down to our people, because many people have a strong disconnect and really don't understand how it impacts us in our daily lives today.
Because the bottom line is that okay, Joe, go ahead.
Well, Sister Jax, you know, we have to always have situational awareness.
Yes.
And understand, as I said earlier, and I will say it slow, we didn't get here by happenstance. There was plans on top of plans on top of plans that have been from eons and decades, along with centuries of indoctrination that has put us in a position that we were never meant to be where we're at today. We were always supposed to be indentured servants. That's why many a times they do not want us to be owners and entrepreneurs. They want us to be worker bees. That's what they brought us over here for. You build, you work, you die, and you make my empire great. This system was never put in place for Black people to be where we are at today. We took it by force. Understand, especially for my so-called scriptural biblical scholars. It says in there, hey, some things you got to take by force. That's where it is. And we're still taking it. We're still in the process. See, the most beautiful thing a person can tell you is you're not in a war when you in a war and convince you that you ain't got to fight because you believe that there's not a war being fought. I want to wake some of y'all up. The war is in full effect and you are on the front line. Wake up.
Yeah. And let me break it.
To realize it.
Yeah. And let me break this down. Slavery, Jim Crow laws, and systemic discrimination in America have left a lasting impact on society. How? Economic inequality, wealth gap. Okay. Enslaved labor built much of America's wealth, but African Americans were systemically excluded from opportunities to accumulate wealth through practices like sharecropping, redlining, and discriminatory landing. Today, Black families have a median wealth that is 1/10 that of white families. You hear that, Eddie Bonnet? Employment disparities, historical exclusion from high-paying industries has created generational poverty and limited access to economic mobility. Education inequalities. I'm not going to break all this down. I can't. Criminal justice system, mass incarceration. The disproportionate incarceration of Black America is tied to policies like convict leasing, doing reconstruction, and racially biased laws in the war on drugs era. Black Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population, but account for nearly 40% of the prison population. Do you want me to go on, Eddie? Because I can. Health disparities, housing and segregation, brother. Culture and psychological impact. I can break it down, brother.
That's right.
This is why we say we got young folks that are winning, but we as a group are still losing in this racist society system.
That's right, because guess what, Fatine? We don't want to believe it. It's like hear no evil, see no evil. We don't want to see it. We don't want to hear it. And if you try to tell them, our people, we don't want to see it or hear it and wake up. So it's easy to just close their eyes and act like it doesn't exist. And that's why we continue to be in a perpetual cycle of dismay that we don't get. People don't realize that even back around 1954, 1960s, about 1 in 4 Black families owned a home. Nowadays, if you look at it, it's such a small fraction of our people that are homeowners. And home ownership is possible. You can own a home now with a 560 or 580 credit score. But our people don't realize that. Why? Our people don't want to look up and find out what opportunities. They don't want to do the work. But we just got to put in the work. Because like I always say, we're the greatest people to walk the face of the earth. But we forgot that. And we just got to realize that and put in the work to continue to walk in our excellence, instead of walking in our sorrows and sadness and depression and everything else. So we got to do better, y'all. We got to wake up, people.
Yeah, well, we keep saying that. We keep saying that.
We keep saying
it.
And we got to keep saying it until everybody wakes up. Because the point about if one of us is not awake, then none of us is awake.
Right.
At the end of the day, we got to stop being selfish about me and mine. And we got to realize everybody don't see it this way. And like I said, once again, the best strategy to win a war is to tell you you're not in a war.
That's right.
And then have you believe it. And then while you should be fighting, you sitting on the sideline being very demure. Being very relaxed, being very, everything's okay, while they are steadily taking everything from you.
That's right.
Everything.
You know what? If we have to say this every single day on every doggone podcast, I know we say it in our own personal lives while we're speaking to people, but if each day we say it, one person is done. And then the next day, if one more person wakes up, so we can't get weary and well doing it, we have to keep going. It's almost like music. You know how it is, Fatine. You might have heard a song 1,000 times, but I guarantee you, when you lost Hanifa, there's certain songs that you would hear that now have a different meaning to it. Right? You go through certain things in life and you could hear the same song over and over again. But when you get to a certain point, just like with scripture, you might read a certain scripture, or read the Bible all the time, or the Quran, or whatever it is. But certain times you might read that one scripture that you've always read, and it has a whole new connotation, a whole new meaning. It hits you differently. So we got to keep on advocating and speaking up. It's funny, y'all. Over the weekend, my brother that had passed away, I was going through his photo album, and I came across a picture of me in high school. One was my freshman year. And my freshman year, I had on my necklace with my medallion and with red, black, and green on my necklace. And I went, in high school, there were maybe only about, my freshman year, about maybe 10 Black kids. You know what I'm saying? It was a private school. And then my senior year, he had another picture of me posted up in my dorm room with Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, big X signs all over my wall. Like, that's always been me. I was the president of the Minority Student Union, in high school. Like, I was always for my people. So the passion and the zeal that I have is not just start. This been Jax from way back. So we just got to keep encouraging.
And I agree with you, Sister Jax. I agree with you. And you're right. This doesn't come out of a vacuum. We've been doing this. And I'm going to just say this. We don't listen. And Jax, I just want to say this, and then I'll get back to my point. I was proving a point to Joe today. And I listened to what y'all say. You wasn't here. I was going to cut Joe off today, but last week y'all got on my ass. So I let Joe finish. Joe said some jewels early. That's how we got on this conversation. But if I'd have cut him off, I would have been able to get there, but I let him finish his thought. But he said some jewels, but he said it so quick, he went past it. That's why sometimes I cut you off, because sometimes it's hard to get back to it. And that's why I do that. Because in this game of journalism, sometimes we can zero in, because I had a point I wanted to put out. It's null and void. I'm not even bringing up my point, because when Joe said it, I said, that's the show right there. That's the show right there. It doesn't always have to come from me. It comes from you. It comes from Joe. Joe said something so profound. I was like, Joe. Then when Joe got back into the movie Wicked, no, Joe, no. It's not that. It was bigger than that. And that's the point. That's not the point I want to make, but because Jack, she wasn't here. But the point I'm saying is we don't listen. I look back at Eddie comments and Dr. Sylvester. Anyway, you don't listen. If you listen to the young people today, it is a mindset. Yes, it is a mindset that you can be the best that you can be. You push excellence. But that also that you heard what they say, that they know racism exists out here. They know what their ancestors went through. That still doesn't stop them from doing what they need to do, but they understand. When you understand, you can deal with solutions and problems better. You can't deal with shit superficial, Eddie and Dr. Sylvester. Y'all are not listening, because I just watch the comments. That's why I keep saying, listen, because y'all keep talking about things on the surface. These young kids just broke it down. I didn't know these kids was going to be in Jack's car. I didn't know. They could have just frowned and fall on me. But I'm out there in the community. I remember the other brother said, well, I don't go out in the community. I don't do that. But you're very fucking critical of people. How do you be critical of people and don't talk to the people? That's not what I do. Then stop being so critical of people. You gotta talk. I talk. Those sisters that Sister Jax just had in the car along with her daughter, I talk to those type of people. I deal with these type of people. I go to schools and talk to these individuals. I talk to people that have not experienced racism. But these young folks listen to other kids that have experienced. And then you got to see them have their conversation. You don't do it, so you need to shut up sometime and listen. We let the young folks lead this here, and they told you, and you still putting crap in the comments now.
So let us be clear on something. These days and times, unlike the days and times I grew up in, and Brother Fatim and Sister Jax grew up in, folks get a lot of information from podcasts like this. Some podcasts are not telling the truth. Some podcasts are only giving you the information from the source they deem the credible source they receive it from. And so you have to vet a lot of information. And these days, there's a lot of information overload. There's information overload, but not inspiration overload. It's a lot of stuff being said, but not a lot of people inspiring you to be the best you can be. And we need to get around like-minded folks that want to see you do better, even if your better is better than me.
That's right.
Let me say that again. Right. We need to get around folks who want to see you do better, be better, even if your better makes you better than me. But our problem is too many times, if your light outshines my light, go see Wicked. If your light outshines my light, go see Wicked. You'll come to find out that folks will make you wicked. When the truth about it is, you're actually better than those who persecute you and point at you and tell you. Since somebody tried to get to be a biblical scholar in there, I'd never put out what I know or what I don't know, because I don't have to. God knows what I know. But last time I checked, sometimes the same folks that say Hosanna, Hosanna, I'll be the same folks that say crucify him, crucify him. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention.
Let me just say this, Sister Jax. So I don't know why I'm giving Dr. Sylvester this. Just because you talk doesn't mean you're right. That's why I challenge people that talk to walk the walk. That's why I challenge people to walk with me, or I walk with them. So it's just not being taught. But see, bottom line is, I'll say it today. I'll be the arrogant son of a bitch today. I don't talk the talk. I walk the walk.
That's right.
You want to put up your credentials against me? Then do it. Let's do it. I just don't talk. But a lot of you do talk.
That's right.
So let me jump in and say this, because I do need to address this right quick. And I have to address it in the most calming way I can. The comment is these young girls will be successful. The only in capital letter, things that can stop them is them. Brother Eddie, that sounds good. I'll give you a round of applause, but reality is that's a complete lie. There's a lot of things out here that can stop them young ladies outside of themselves and what they bring to the table. And until we come to the realization that what you just said, that sounds good, and it has a good cymbal sound. It has sweet sound to the ear. And let me say this, Pastor, it can preach quite well. And it can sound like an awesome sermon. But if that's the sermon you teaching, all you're doing is Pied Pipering folks straight to the river so they can drown. Because the truth about it is, even though these young girls have everything they need to be successful. Hold it. Y'all don't know where hold it. Hold it. Even though these young ladies have what they need to be successful. And yes, in their spirit, in their heart, in their mind, and in every fiber of their being, they can get to where they need to get to. Baby, let me tell you the truth. There's a lot of obstacles, a lot of isms out there that you're going to run into that may prevent you from getting all your dreams. Some of your dreams, or maybe none of your dreams, will come to fruition. Why? Because sadly, you are not the only controller of your destiny and you getting to a point in a place at a certain time. There are folks out there who will, with every fiber of their being, fight your goodness. Where you can get, no, I'm not taking any calls. I'm sorry, sir. You have forfeited. Everybody has forfeited. Today, this is the Joe Fatim and Jack show. Time for y'all to wake up. Time for y'all to wake up. Time for y'all to wake up. We can talk another day. So, because what y'all want to do is try to make it seem like, oh, now you got me. Now I need to rebound back. No, sir. Watch the words that come out your mouth, and when you put it in the atmosphere, you put it with good intentions. And I'm not downing what you're saying. I'm just saying the truth of the matter is, no, sir, these young ladies can be. And I pray that they are. But the truth about it is there's a lot of stuff out there against them in their push for greatness, in their push for Black girl magic, in their push for being excellent. Because I was hoping one of them young ladies would have said, I could be the president of the United States. Because if you said that statement right there, guess what I would tell you? Yeah, you could. But I promise you, it has been proven there will be a lot to come against you if you try to do that.
That's right. And you're so right, Joe. And I love everything you said. And even with my daughter, her ultimate goal, she would love to be on the Supreme Court. So she understands how that whole situation works anyway. But her immediate goal is to become an attorney. Then she wants to become a judge, and then get into politics a bit. Work her way up. But we also have the real conversation that once she goes away to college next year, her desires might change. Her mind might open up to something else. She used to want to be a neurosurgeon. Olivia would travel around the city of Newark and travel around different locations at 10 years old. If y'all go on YouTube, and also for y'all that need some medical advice, if you go on YouTube and you Google and you YouTube Dr. Olivia Lake, doctor in training, you'll see videos of her when she was 10, 11 years old, where she would travel around, talk about the brain, the body, brain health, and do workshops and everything. So you know what, our kids, no matter what, they might change, they might shift, but it's still up to us, whether they're your biological children, whether they're kids in the community, to mentor them, to love on them, to inspire them, to encourage them. Because guess what, sometimes even within our family, we have this schema, in this little thing in our mind that we're like, shoot, she ain't never gonna make this, or he's never gonna be able to do that. But we still got to encourage them. We still have to be realists, but still encourage these children. Because quite often we're so afraid because we didn't accomplish anything or hardly anything that we want to speak death upon those that we're supposed to love the most. So rather than encouraging them, we seek to discourage these children and prevent them from reaching their goals just because we're afraid. I'm sorry, y'all, they're at the window. Hold on. What's up, y'all?
So with that being said, we're going to go into closing comments. It's 6 minutes to the top of the hour. This Make It Happen Monday has been a great Make It Happen Monday. We're going to be getting ready for Tell the Truth Tuesday. And tomorrow we're going to continue to give you more of hashtag Truth Be Told. But today it's a day of wakening up. Well, you need to wake up. Yeah, it's good to be woke, because it's not good sometimes to be asleep. And if you are asleep, it is your time to get yourself in a place of refreshing, There is a time for rest. There is a time for rest. There's a time for everything. And with that being said, I know Sister Jax is getting all the young ladies.
Yeah, I'm
back
not
in the
ready for
car.
my closing thoughts. I'm writing something. So let just as Jax start.
So Sister Jax, I'm going straight to you. Give me your closing thoughts for today.
Yes.
Give it to me.
Yeah, so it was a great show. You guys did a phenomenal job. We are about to, handle some things with these girls real quick before I get on the road and pick up the boys and head to Massachusetts. So everybody just be blessed. Do what you got to do. Raise up, rise up, stand up, and do something different today that you've never done. So if nobody told you they love you today, y'all know who loves you. Your girl, Jax. Jax loves you. Lord's will, I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe, be blessed. Until next time. Peace. Say peace, Liv.
Let me go back to Liv. Liv, say peace.
Peace.
We out. We out. We out. We out. All right, Brother Fatim.
All right, so let me just say this. In my closing thoughts, let us celebrate the brilliance, resilience, and promise of these young ladies, our 4 shining stars, and Sister Jack's daughter, Olivia. They remind us that even in the face of racism and other isms, their potential and worth are not diminished. They are not and never will be second-class citizens. Their excellence in academics and vision for a bright future stand as a powerful statement that no system, prejudice, or bias can define their value or limit their destiny. To these young queens, we say your fight for equality is a continuation of the legacy of those who came before you, and your success is an act of resistance in itself. We are here to support, uplift, and remind you that your worth is immeasurable. Your dreams are valid and your future is limitless. Keep pushing forward with the confidence that you are not alone. You are part of a community that stands with you, proud of who you are and all that you will accomplish. Until next time, continue to fight for justice, equity, and opportunity for all.
That's my brother. Wow, there's so much I want to say that I won't say. You know how I normally close the show, but I do want to put a few points out there. Point number 1, start with self. Just start with self. Many of us talk a good game, present company included. But after further review, it's what you're saying to edify yourself or to lift up your brothers and sisters. Be about the greater good that satisfies more than just self. Be better today than you were yesterday. And do something today to be a blessing to somebody somewhere that no matter what you do, there's no earthly way that they could pay you back because you gave it freely. You gave it from the heart. Continue to build, to grow, and to learn. Continue to do that, to pass that on to others, that they can be better than you were. It's not about you. It's about us. With that being said, just remember that there is no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, he will and he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Lord say the same. We'll be back for Tell the Truth Tuesday. You've been listening to hashtag Truth Be Told. And on the behalf of myself, Brother Fatim, and Sister Jax, we up out of here. Peace.
This is not the time for giving up, no. Not your place of destiny, no, it isn't, no. Not the time nor the place to throw in the towel. You gotta hold on, gotta be strong. This is not the time to question your faith. It's not your place of destiny, no, it isn't, no. No, it isn't, no, no. Not the time nor the place to throw in the towel. You gotta hold on. You gotta be strong. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but it's a part of life that everyone goes through. Sometimes there's joy, sometimes there's pain, but it's a part of God's plan, yeah. So don't you be dismayed. This is not the time. Oh, you gotta learn how to wait on him, wait on him. This is no. Yeah. Said you gotta learn how to wait. Said you gotta learn how to wait on it. Wait. This is no. No doubt about it. You gotta learn. Keep holding on. And wait. You gotta wait on Jesus. He'll be there. Yes, he will. Keep on. Wait on Jesus. Wait on him. Y'all ain't ready for this.